All right, there we go. Hello, everybody. Hi, Facebook in the Rhythm Radiance group. Hello, Instagram. It's time for Rhythm Radio, and this is where we come together. We come together each week to talk about how to create rhythms that work for us so that we can design a life that we love in our bodies, in our days, our schedules, all of that good stuff. And today, June 30th, middle of the year. So, do you know where your 2021 goals are? I actually didn't really. Um, I love setting goals for the year and I highly encourage it. But to be quite honest with you, I really have not looked back at my own personal goals. I had an idea of some of them, but I hadn't really looked back on what I had written in January. So, this is a great time for a mid year refresh with your goals. And it's fine if you feel like those goals don't suit you anymore and you're just going to scrap them all, or if you haven't gotten anywhere on those goals. And it's fine to recreate, reinvent, modify, edit, you name it. It's fine to do that right now because you are the author, the architect of your life. So you can do whatever the heck you want. So I'm looking at my own goals, and I want to just give you a couple of guidelines for a refresh mid-year. And the first is, no surprise if you've worked with me, coached with me, had team meetings with me, been in mastermind groups I've facilitated. We are going to start, of course, with our wins and celebrations. So maybe those wins and celebrations are the accomplishment of some of those goals. And I'm going to give you my own personal examples as we go along. But maybe some of those wins and celebrations weren't even on your radar back in January 2021, but they came about because of the great momentum and elevated vibration that you've been cultivating. And there you have it. So it might not even, it might be a surprise win. So a couple of examples from my own list. Big wins for me in celebrations, a new website. And that was one of my goals. It was actually a goal last year and then it moved down the goal this year. But by the end of March, I had actually completed it. So that was a win. And I'm celebrating my website, KristenRaza.com, if you haven't been there. It's been up for a few months. I did set out a goal at the beginning of the year to finish cleaning out and renting my mom's condo. So check that off the list. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know I put that down as a goal, to be quite honest, even though I was very involved spending a lot of my time on that. I also put down a goal to double my presence on Instagram and learn to consistently maximize it for business. Well, I haven't accomplished that goal yet completely. I haven't doubled my presence, but I have been consistently growing it every month. And I have been active on Instagram, hence the Instagram video, which I had never done anything really on Instagram except for throw some posts up there prior to this year. So that is something that I am working on. So I'm going to celebrate that. I took a personal retreat for a few days up in the Berkshires, so I'm going to celebrate that. I mentioned before I've redecorated and painted my office. That was also on my goal list. I'm celebrating that. I just finished a wonderful program at Haven, Roots and Wings. I'm celebrating that, and that was not on my goal list. That is something that wasn't even a glimmer in my eye back in January. It's something that came up sometime in the first quarter. So sometimes things come up and they do end up being great wins, great celebrations, new goals, and you may not even have been thinking about them or been aware of them. And that's completely fine. So those are a couple of examples of my wins, celebrating watching my nephew get confirmed, celebrating having a really nice special birthday celebration for myself. Really, it was like a birthday week. Might have been a birthday month. I don't know. You just got to milk it. So those are all some things that I'm celebrating. So start there. Start with looking at the things that you are celebrating, the wins that you've had, whether they were things you had planned or not. And then look at the goals that you had set and see where you are. How did you do on them so far? One of the questions is to ask yourself, do you still feel aligned to those goals? Are they still important to you? Do they align with your intention or theme or word of the year if you have one? So I've shared a few times that my 2021 theme is reinvention. And some of the things that I just shared, different ways of reinventing my business, my brand, my home, my physical space, got a car. These are the things that are all still in alignment with my theme of reinvention so far. And if you did have a theme or word for the year or you can't remember it, then chances are things may not feel like they're really aligned to that. So let's say your word was like peace or solitude or something like that, and you've been cramming your schedule full now that things are opening up, and you're really moving away and out of alignment from what that intention, that feeling that you wanted to have for this year, you're moving away from it. So that might be something to think about and take a look at. Decide which things are not priorities for you anymore. I'm just looking at my own, and to be quite honest, I'm not sure that really doubling my Instagram is really that important to me anymore. I'm kind of thinking of scrapping that. I'll just keep, working on getting content out there, but I don't know. I don't really know. I had a goal to travel to a place I've never been before that still is aligned with my personal values of adventure and travel and play. And it's still aligned with my theme this year. And I actually am making it happen starting next week. So that still feels good. And then think about, where do you want to devote your energy and focus in terms of the goals you had? So as I just shared an example, I don't know that I want to direct a lot of energy and focus into growing Instagram. I'm not sure. I have to kind of sit with that a little bit. I have some other great business opportunities brewing all the time, and in collaborations. One thing I'm going to celebrate also is I had a great 90-day collaboration with my pal Jeannie, our brand new Rhythm for 2021 program that ran in the beginning of the year. And that was a great collaboration and success. And so maybe I want to add something similar for the last part of the year. Maybe I do something for like a fall into the holidays. I don't know yet. I need to think about, what do I want to direct my energy and focus on? So it's a good time to refresh and say, hey, this does not suit me anymore. I'm revamping it. I'm scrapping it. And the way to decide if something is worth your attention, energy, and focus is to ask yourself, does this enhance the kind of feeling that I want to have by the end of the year? Where do you want to be in December of 2021, December 31st, 2021? Maybe you're popping the champagne, toasting to the year. You made it through this year. Another kind of started out as another crazy year. But where do you want to be? It could be where you want to be in your health, where you want to be in your finances, where you want to be in your business, where you want to be in your relationships, where do you want to be in your leisure or recreational time. Could be all of the above. Maybe there's just one bucket that is a top priority for you. Now, I sort of feel like we're working on all of those buckets all the time, but I also feel it's helpful to have just like 1 to 3 areas in your life where you are focusing. So maybe it's health and physical space and finances. Or maybe for you right now, you're in a season where it's all about business, growing your business, having fun, and deepening your spirituality, whatever 3. I think if you try to get drill down too deeply on too many areas, that doesn't mean that you can be focused on your business and finances and still attempting to drink more water every day. Yeah, just drink the water. But it means that to really put your full focus on, maybe three buckets, areas of your life at a time, and then figure out, first of all, how does that goal align with the big picture of your life that you're designing? How does it align with your theme for this year? How does it align with what you want to say yes to in your life? And then what does success look like for you with that goal? What does it look like on December 31st? And paint a picture for yourself. What does it feel like? What does it look like? And ask yourself what might happen if you actually don't make any progress on that goal. What if you just stay where you are and nothing changes? So, the Instagram goal, kind of silly one, but well, not really silly, but what will happen if I don't make progress on that goal? Pretty much nothing. It's not really going to impact me one way or another. Maybe one benefit, you might grow my business, and that would be nice, right? And then what are the positive effects if I do achieve that goal? And how can I get more fun into it along the way? That's just a question that I feel is important. Maybe that's not important for you. So once you have celebrated your wins and revisited the goals you had, scrap those that aren't working, tweaked those that are still important to you, and ask yourself some of these questions about where you want to spend your time and energy. Then the next step is just creating those mini steps, those first action steps. So, for example, I'm looking at my goals. One of my goals this year that I had written out was to have a celebration of my mom's life. So I wrote that out. I don't know if you're able to see this at all, but here is my tool that I use for my goal planning, and it is called the Power Sheets by Cultivate What Matters. And they still have them, and they have them undated. So I love this tool for goal setting, and I have other tools too. Another one that I really love, and some of these questions I've shared, some of them come from years of doing this, and some of them come from these tools. And that is Lavender Artist of Life Workbook, another good one. So I use these things to kind of, get my thoughts in order. So another goal I had for 2020 was to have a celebration, and I am having that in the fall. So I need to, I know that this aligns with something that's important to me, but I need to look at then what is the next step? What are the resources I need? What are the actions I need to take? So I need to book a venue, which I did. I need to put a deposit on the venue. I need to sign the contract for the venue. I need to book a caterer. So all of those different things can be just like a mind dump of the mini goals that you would need to make this happen. And then I just take those mini goals and I put some of them on my calendar every week or every day, whatever it might be, to make sure that I'm always moving in that direction. So there you have it. Celebrate, embrace where you have come. Do not beat yourself up if you decide that a goal is not working for you anymore, or maybe it just wasn't the right time or season for that goal. And feel free to let it go. Scribble it out, rip the page out, burn it, hit delete on the document in your computer, whatever it takes to refresh. And maybe you just want to start over. Like, I really was not in the best frame of mind when I was writing some January goals, and I really could not see what I wanted. But right now there's so many cool things cooking in my business, my life, that I'm probably going to revamp these. Having that celebration is still going to be on there. But some of the other things, Emily's just sharing a couple with you. I don't know. Probably not right now for me. And so it's a different season, and I'm going to revamp them. And the great thing is we can do that. So I'm going to start on a fresh sheet of paper here and look at what is firing me up right now. What is energizing me right now? And I think for me, some of the things I want to really focus on are the relationships in my life, because, they really were for a large part virtual this past year, almost all. And so reconnecting with friends, seeing family, traveling to see family, those are all going to be on the hit parade list. And when I set these goals in January, I didn't really know how possible that was going to be this year. So that's what I got for you today for your mid-year goal refresh. But I just want to add one final thing. Maybe you didn't set any goals for the beginning of the year. Maybe you didn't have a theme, a word, which is totally fine. But think about that December 31st ball dropping, and whether or not you want to be in the very same place that you are sitting right now, whether it be where you are in your finances, where you are in your body, whatever it might be, any place where you feel some discomfort in where you are versus where you want to be. And the best way to make movement there is to sit down and give yourself a few minutes, take a half hour, take 10 minutes, and really think about, just get quiet and still and think about what is it that you want to manifest by the end of the year. What do you want to be, do, have, feel? Feel would be the number one question. What do you want to feel at the end of the year? Yeah. Ask yourself that question. I would love to hear in the comments below if you are on track with your 2020 goals, or if, like me, you're going to scrap most of them and start fresh. And we can support each other in doing that. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day.